Hey, people. I pissed somebody off with that last movie. Somebody at Google went to searching my Facebook, what I posted 11 months ago, to block me from Facebook for a couple days. So there's this phrase that comes up at least 3 times in the Bible. Not you shall boil a young goat in the milk of its mother. And if you run your cursor over these words, you can see that, this is only spelt this way. 3 times. This is the first of 3 times. And the same as this, the first of 3 times. And it's in these 3 times it comes up exactly like this. And I pulled these 3 off and put them side by side to look at them. And these 2 are exactly, every little punctuation exactly the same. Not you shall boil a young goat in the milk of its mother in Exodus 34 and Exodus 23. And then Deuteronomy 14:21. It's longer, but the end of it is the same. Not you shall boil a young goat in the milk of its mother. So I told y'all before, this word receipt, this is the word that was on my great-grandmother, my French great-grandmother's cookbook. The receipts is French for the recipe. Except missing this B here, this is the first word in Genesis 1. Bear receipt, in the recipes. You can see it here, ba receipt, R-A-S-I-T. And you can see here in this old Bible that this is the title, this cipher from who's in receipt. And so this is receipt in curry. And when you get to thinking about, boiling a goat in milk, that sounds like yellow curry. That's old Indian dish, the yellow curry. And they boil it in coconut milk. So I told y'all many times, all the ancient alchemists and the Egyptians, they always wrote gods and secrets backwards. And the way they symbolize it is they start the word with an A. Same here, Allah, Alek. And so this word for mother starting with an A, you read it backwards. It is Uma, U-M-A, Uma. And so Uma is Sanskrit, means mother. She's a Hindu goddess mostly called Parvati, considered the mother of all gods. Uma Parvati, the mother of all gods. And this sounds like one of the ancient Adam words, Amma. Where's my mama? Amma, what a baby says. And Parvati is sometimes shown with golden or yellow colored skin, particularly as a goddess Gaura, symbolizing her as the goddess of ripened harvest. So the receipt in curry, you can see the word cure in here, and this is where your word mercury comes from. And your word cure from curry comes from this curry tree, a tropical, subtropical tree in the Rudicaceae family, the rue family. Includes citrus and satinwood, native to Asia. Plant also sometimes called sweetenum. Its leaves known as curry leaves and used in many dishes in Indian subcontinent. Its fresh leaves are an indispensable part of Indian cuisine and Indian traditional medicines. They are the most widely used in southern and west coast Indian cooking. Though available dried, the aroma and flavor is greatly inferior. The oil can be extracted to use to make scented soaps. The leaves are also used as a herb in Ayurvedic and Siddha medicine, in which they are believed to possess anti-disease properties. But there is no high-quality clinical evidence for such effects. This means, thousands of years doesn't mean high-quality clinical evidence. The compounds in curry leaves, stems, bark, and seeds include cinnamaldehyde and numerous carbazole alkaloids, and some of them that they just don't have a page on. So back in the day, we would get a cut, and Grandma would put mercurochrome on it, and you would yell because it burnt, but you never got infected. And so they outlawed it back in around 95, I think, because of its mercury content mercury from the first cure, from the first cures. So receipt is also, something that's receipted. And the receipt in cure, and then backwards, KTMD, cut made AT, the cut made at via, by way of, BIT, in it. You, and then ka, to give yell. Allah, Allah, less of it, vesselage, the devil in Amma. And the receipt in the cure, the cut made at, by way of, in it, you give yell. You give a yell and it lessens the pain. Allah, God, less of it, vesselage, VSSLG. And vesselage is vessel or lidge. It's the two words put together. A lidge subject, a vesselage subject. A person regarded as having a mutual obligation to a lord or a monarch in the feudal system. And if you read on this, the vesselage in the fife, it'll give you a better idea of what's going on in here. Because all this Exodus 22:23 I've been reading is all legal terms. You give yell Allah. This, when they put God in here, it's to YELALA, Allah. Less of it, vesselage. Less of it having obligation to a lord or monarch. Less of it, vesselage, die ball in. The die ball, that's your Greek word for the devil. A young goat in the milk of mama. And so this word boil over here, you shall not boil, not you shall boil. This goes over here, the BHL. B is in, H is divide, L is of. In divide of, you boil it down and soften it up. And less of it vesselaged. Like homage, to owe respects, to pay respects. The less of it vesselage, the devil, the die ball. That's why the devil's red. You boil it, it turns red. The boil. Die is through boil. Through boil in, be in, Uma is usually what they'll say is milk. But in Yiddish, they just spell it M-I-L-K, milk. And so I believe this is the word that means milk, mother. That's where your milks come from. It doesn't come from father. It comes from Oma. Baby wants milk. He said, Amma, Amma. That means baby wants milk, Amma. Die, through, in, have, Amma. Through and have mama is where you get your milk from. So the recipe in cure, the cut made at, by way of, in it, you give yell. And then Allah. Allah means, the unknown forces. We don't know why it happens, but it just works. Allah. Less of it, the vesselage. The less of it owed to the devil in Amma. The less of it vestige owed to, through the boil, through the burning them. As the curacomb goes into the cut, by way of in it, and you give yell, and the unknown force, less of it will owe to the devil, through the burning them. And it's like they say, hollering cuss words makes the pain go away, and that's why you cuss when you stub your toe. And so what does it mean to boil a goat in its mother's milk? Don't see that goat in its mother's milk actually means teachings about God are difficult to understand. And that's the way they want it. Don't accept new spiritual teachings about God that look too good and too easy to be true. They have probably been deliberately cooked up to deceive you. So, which ones look too good to you is the ones that are to deceive you. So it seems like, this old, what they call a Hebrew is kind of difficult. So they made this old King James, to make it easy to deceive you.
Don't forget, hooty hoot, hooty hoot. I won't forget.
Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.